Write an expression to find the sum of, sum! That's an important word. Let's mark that. Sum is big. We know sum is one of those important words that means something. All right, let's keep going. Sum of the first 12 terms of the sequence. Okay, I got this sequence 5, negative 15, 45. And it looks like I am multiplying, and I'm multiplying by a negative number because it's bouncing from positive to negative to positive. Looks like I'm multiplying by negative 3. So I'm multiplying, so that's geometric. It's asking me to find the sum, and sum is dealing with adding, so that's a little confusing. So here's what it's saying. Instead of just finding the numbers in this sequence, we're doing something called a series. And a series finds the numbers in the sequence and then adds them all together as you go along. So that's what a series is doing. So what this is asking for is we are going to take the first 12 terms in this sequence and we're going to add them all together. Now we don't have to do all that the long way. We have a formula for that. So the formula, just so you have it, it's S sub n, that means the sum of these terms, equals A sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n power. Notice only the r is to the n power, over 1 minus r. So let's start plugging stuff in. So again, we're going to start with just the equal sign because S sub n, that's just our answer. So equals A sub 1, that's our first term, that's 5. We have our 1 minus. Okay, the r is what we're multiplying by, and here it's a negative 3. And so you have to be really careful with negative numbers, and the best thing to do is always put them in parentheses to separate them off. And the reason you do that is because, well, first of all, we have an exponent right after this. Exponent is n. That's the number of terms we're working with. So that's going to be 12. And I have to take this negative number to an exponent. So I want to make sure, especially if I punch this in a calculator, that it's very clear that this number goes with the exponent before I do anything else. So that's why we want to put the negative number in parentheses. Okay, then we can close the parentheses here after the exponent, draw our fraction bar, and on the bottom we have 1 minus r. And here r is still going to be negative 3. It's still what we're multiplying by. And I still want to put that in parentheses just to be safe. Now, on our benchmark test, I believe all you have to do is get the equation set up. If you are going to type this into a calculator, and this will be a huge number if you do that, and just be aware of that, then what you want to do in the calculator is also put the bottom of this in a parentheses. Again, this is all about just doing order of operations correctly and making sure the calculator knows what you're trying to do. So that's how you'll set it up, and that's how you would put it in the calculator if it's a geometric series, if you're finding the sum.